Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today, I want to talk about an idea that can truly change your life: the belief that everything can be trained. Many people believe that some of us are born with natural talent and others are not. Maybe you think a great artist is just born with a special gift, or that a confident speaker is just a naturally brave person. But the truth is, almost every skill you see in successful people, from being a great artist to being a confident speaker, is the result of training. Whether it is social communication, physical fitness, technology skills, or even emotional control, every single ability can be developed with practice and persistence. Don't wait for talent to find you. You can build it yourself, step by step. Overcoming shyness and communicating with others. Let's begin with social communication. Have you ever felt too shy to speak in a group or to make a new friend? That's a very common feeling. But communication is not a natural talent. It is a skill that can be trained. Think about a person who was once very shy. They can start with small steps, like simply saying hello to a cashier or asking a friend a simple question. After that, they can try to join a small group discussion. With each small step, they gain a little more confidence. I once knew a young woman who was so shy she could not even order food at a restaurant without feeling very nervous. She decided to train herself. First, she practiced speaking to her mirror, saying simple sentences. Then she forced herself to ask a question to a stranger, like, "What time is it?" It was difficult at first, but with each small success, her fear decreased. Over time, she became an English teacher, speaking to large classes with ease and confidence. Her resilience and consistency turned a weakness into her biggest strength.
Training your brain for technology. In today's world, technology is everywhere. Many people feel overwhelmed by new tools like complex software or learning to code. They think, "I'm not a technical person." But this is not true. Technology skills are just like any other skill. They can be trained. Think about a factory worker who needed to learn a new computer system to keep their job. They didn't know anything about computers, but they began with a simple online course. They started by learning how to use a mouse and keyboard properly. Then they learned the basics of a simple program. Each day they learned one new thing. Slowly, this worker became a master of the system and even began to teach their colleagues. This is a perfect example of how incremental learning can lead to great professional achievement. Building a strong body and a strong mind. Physical fitness is the most obvious example of how training works. No one becomes strong or fast overnight. A person who wants to run a marathon doesn't start by running 42 kilometers. They start by running 1 kilometer. Then they run 2 kilometers. They train their body to be stronger and to have more endurance over time. This is a clear demonstration of how persistence and gradual effort are more important than natural ability. The same is true for building a strong mind. When you face a problem, you can train your mind to be patient. With practice, your mental resilience will improve, just like your physical muscles do with exercise.
Becoming a confident public speaker. Many people have a huge fear of public speaking. Even famous leaders and speakers often feel nervous before they go on a stage. The difference is that they have trained this skill. They practice their speeches, they learn how to control their breathing, and they practice speaking in smaller groups. I know a person who was once terrified of speaking in front of even a few people. They decided to join a local public speaking club. At first, their hands would shake and their voice would be very quiet, but they never gave up. They spoke for 1 minute, then 2, then 5. The more they practiced, the more comfortable they became. Today, they give talks at large conferences, and their confidence is so strong that people think they were born with this ability. It was all a result of dedicated training. Cultivating emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is the ability to handle difficult situations and bounce back from failure. This skill can also be trained. When you face a failure, it's easy to become angry or sad. But with training, you can learn to control your emotions and learn from the experience instead. For example, a young entrepreneur who fails with their first business can choose to give up or to learn. By taking a moment to reflect on what went wrong and what they can do better next time, they are training their emotional resilience. This mental training makes them stronger and more prepared for future challenges. This is what truly separates successful people from those who quit. Developing your creativity. Many people think that creativity in writing, art, or music is something you are born with, but this is not true. These are skills that you can train every day. A great writer doesn't just sit down and write a perfect story. They practice every day by writing simple sentences, paragraphs, and stories. A famous painter didn't create a masterpiece on their first try. They practiced drawing lines, shapes, and colors for many years. The skill of creativity is built on a foundation of practice. Think about a content creator who started with a simple phone camera and an idea. They didn't have a lot of expensive equipment. They learned step by step, improving their skills with each new video they made. Slowly but surely, their skills grew, and they built a successful career.
Training your memory. Did you know you can also train your memory? Many people think that having a good memory is a natural gift, but it is a skill that can be improved. You can train your memory just like you train a muscle. A simple way to start is by using techniques like creating mental pictures or linking new information to things you already know. For instance, if you want to remember a new word, you can imagine a funny picture related to that word. There are also memory athletes who can remember hundreds of numbers or cards. They don't have special brains. They have trained their brains using specific methods. This shows that your ability to remember things is not fixed. It is a skill you can develop with consistent practice. Understanding mental and behavioral training. Finally, let's talk about something even deeper. Training your mental and behavioral patterns. These are the ways you think and act every day. For example, you can train yourself to be more disciplined, to have a more positive mindset, or to break bad habits. This takes time and effort. When you want to stop a bad habit, like checking your phone too often, you can train yourself to replace it with a good habit, like reading a book for 5 minutes instead. This is like training a new path for your brain. With repetition and persistence, the new path becomes stronger than the old one. This type of training is about changing how you think and act, which can have a huge impact on your life and your ability to achieve your goals.
So, don't ever believe that talent is a fixed thing. You have the power to develop your own skills through consistent training. Don't wait for natural talent. Start training your skills today, every day. Every small effort you make will build on the last one, and over time, you will achieve things you once thought were impossible. If this inspired you, subscribe for more life-changing stories and lessons.